STEMI, Innovation for Inclusion in Early Education, Video Demos. Image of a rooster in a yellow circle. Daily routines, storytime preparation. Watch how a teacher uses a story box as a strategy to introduce children to the characters and key items from the book, Rosie's Walk by Pat Hutchins, before she reads the book. While this is a strategy for children who are deaf-blind, blind, or have visual impairments to have a tactile experience of items that will be mentioned in the story, it is also a great way to learn for sighted children. Materials. Prepare story box before story time. Items collected for the book Rosie's Walk by Pat Hutchins. Feathers to represent the chicken. Fur to represent the fox. Stuffed chicken and/or fox that closely resembles the real animals. Bundles of straw to represent the haystack. Pinwheel to represent the mill. Flour. Popsicle sticks to make a coop. Hand rake. 2 pieces of wood to represent the fence. A small tub of water for the pond. Real grass or fake grass to represent the yard. A texture that represents a beehive or honeycomb. Storybox items sit on a floor next to a teacher. The teacher sits cross-legged on the floor holding a stuffed animal chicken. Another teacher sits on the opposite side of the carpet holding a small girl wearing glasses. Another girl with long brown hair sits on her knees, and a third girl with blonde hair pulled back into a ponytail and glasses sits on a yellow cube chair. A large white arrow is pointing at the story box, and it reads, Environment. Put items for the story box in a container. Miss Jeannie, the teacher, sits on the floor and pulls one item out of the story box at a time to describe and discuss it with the children. In the upper left-hand corner, a white box reads, Materials. Before reading the story, introduce the characters. A white box on the bottom right of the screen reads, Environment. Provide seating choices.
This story has 2 characters in it. One character.
Instruction tips. Remind children what they already know. Encourage children to share what they know. Encourage children to explore on their own. Children hold their arms up. They imitate Miss Jeannie by placing their hands near their armpits and moving their elbows up and down to look like they are flapping their wings like a chicken.
Is a hen. And we learned about hens when we talked about chickens. It's a girl chicken. And she has a comb up on top. And she has 2 wings. 1, 2. Like you have 2 arms. Where are your arms?
You found her legs.
Yeah, so our arms can kind of be like chicken wings, right?
Legs.
And she has 2 legs. 2 legs. She has 2 legs. So that's our first character. Do you want to hold the chicken for us?
I got
Oh, that chicken tried to fly away. Man, I might need some help. Will you hold on to her so she doesn't fly away? Be still, chicken. Okay. And the other character is a fox. And our fox, this is not a real fox, but this feels like a fox's tail. It's really soft.
Instructional tip. Enlist the child's help to connect her with the activity. Miss Jeannie pretends to drop the chicken and then places the chicken in one of the girl's arms for the girl to hold. Miss Jeannie pulls a fox's skin out of the story box. Instruction tip. Use lots of descriptive words. The child holding the chicken finds the wattle and Miss Jeannie explains what this is. Instruction tip. Allow children to explore the texture using different senses.
And furry. What do we know about foxes? Do you know anything about foxes?
The wattle?
The wattle, yeah, that's her wattle. We don't have wattles. It's kind of underneath her chin.
Feeling the
Soft. It's not real. It feels kind of real though. It feels like a... Oh, it's so soft, isn't it? What do you know about foxes?
Instruction tip. Ask open-ended questions, such as, What do we know about foxes?
Do you know anything about foxes?
No.
They're kind of sly. Ooh, that's a
I don't know about
sly means kind of tricky.
Instruction tip. Introduce vocabulary words from the story that might be new to children.
So the fox in our story is kind of tricky, right? So let's listen. And the chicken, she's a little bit tricky too. She'd already tried to fly away, right? So let's see what happens to our fox and our chicken.
Catch the next episode in Daily Routines Story Time. Did you catch all the adaptations? Environment. Pull items and characters from the story into a story box. Provide seating choices. Enlist a child's help to connect her with the activity, and encourage children to explore on their own. Materials. Before reading the story, introduce the characters and allow children to explore the texture using different senses. Instruction. Encourage children to share what they know. Remind children what they already may know. Introduce vocabulary words from the story. Ask open-ended questions. Use lots of descriptive words. Check out more tips and activities. STEMI.fpg.unc.edu. STEMI, Innovation for Inclusion in Early Education. Thanks for watching. Video credit, Kansas Deaf Blind Project and Kansas State School for the Blind. Interested in participating in video demonstrations? Contact us, STEMI@unc.edu. Logo for UNC Frank Porter Graham Child Development Institute. Logo for the University of Denver. Logo, Ideas That Work, Office of Special Education Programs. Logo, Marisco Institute for Early Learning.